All right, EdgeRun update numero 10, number 10. So, what have I done so far between 9 and 10? So, let's just start with let's start with let's just pick a random car and just showcase. Boom. All right, so boom. So as you can see, oh, it looks like that. I'll just do it here. I changed the brakes and the drive to actual a brake pedal and a drive pedal, so it's more like easily understood that it's not just a regular button, but it's actually brake and actually the to you just tap it to go forward to drive. Um, I also added this high visibility, good contrast, orange, dark orange, so it's easy to see when you're actually playing the game. It looks like that, nice and bright orange. I also did some anchoring fixes. So what I did was I anchored. So if you remember what anchor means from my last videos, anchoring essentially you're putting a point on the screen, on the UI, the user interface, that no matter what screen sizes, what resolution, width and height of the device that the application is being played on, it will always remain in the same place and just move to the relative point on that new device, right? So as you can see, if I go to the scroll up, if I go to the pause anchor. So I see this is a pause button here. The pause anchor, this is just the anchor as the name says, and it's currently anchored to the right middle of the screen. So what I can do is with that note is that I could actually anchor this to the right middle of the screen, right? And then now I could move the pause button a little bit up. So you can think of it in terms of flying a kite, right? You can think of it in terms of flying a kite. When you're flying a kite, you're holding the spool of thread, holding a kite, and you're giving the kite a certain amount of thread to fly up with, right? So we're doing that now. The kite will always remain in the same place through you holding the thread, but the kite could still move around freely, but never move from that central point. So like a kite could dance left and right and fly left and right, up and down, etc., etc., but it will never stray from its main attachment point, which is the spool of thread. So I did the pause anchor for all the scenes. I also did anchors for the arrow controls. So the arrows are always anchored to the bottom left of the screen. Um, and then I just move the arrows up a little bit. And then I also did one for the button holders, which is actually the brake and the accelerator. So yeah, so that's pretty much all I did. I also what am I gonna do? I'm gonna just throw in a little maybe I'll throw in a little video on my phone just to show how it actually looks on my phone with the recording. Show how this screen looks from here. If when I play the game maximized, let the game load, looks like this maximized, right? But then I'll just show maybe throw in a screenshot of how it actually looks on the phone. And yes, I did that for all the cars, all the maps. Um, I was just doing a lot of play testing today myself. My two brothers, Julio and Josh, doing a lot of play testing today, making sure that all of us have different devices. Josh is also playing this game on his tablet, so obviously a tablet is way bigger, so I get to actually experiment with how the app actually is going to look on bigger side and larger resolutions. So I worked on that, and yeah, so pretty much all I worked on was just UI today. And yeah, the game is getting closer and closer to being out. I also updated the songs for the Corvette and the Jeep. The Corvette, at the end of the Corvette song, it was kind of like popping. I guess maybe the way how I cut the audio file, it cut at an abrupt stop. So I fixed that, and I also changed the Jeep sound out because the original Jeep. I wonder if I could, I wonder if I could actually play the audio straight from here. Can I actually play the audio from here? I don't think. Let me see. Can I double tap? Oh, I can double tap. Okay, whatever. Okay, but okay, yeah. So the original Jeep wasn't sounding as good, so I just swapped it out for a different Jeep sound, so it actually sounds better. So yeah, so that's pretty much all I did today. And actually, you know what? I'll just do a quick run through that to showcase all the stuff are beatable. Um, it's kind of going to be hard because I'm doing it on the computer where I have to manually press left and right. But let's just see how far that I'm going to get. So let's just start from from the scene view. And let's just see how far that we get. What changes? Okay, just I was turned on. Okay, turn that off. All right, let's just start from the car selection view, and let's just use let's just use Selena's Jeep and then the Corvette. This is Corvette. So let's use Selena's Jeep. Yeah, I definitely won't get to do this. Maybe I would. Maybe I can't beat it. And then next thing you can see the button, so when you press it, it actually turns gray, so actually you could see the visual feedback of the button being pressed. See, it turns gray. Let's see if I can beat it without using brakes. I can't. Let's go. No, can I do this with a Corvette? Let's see. Corvette is currently the fastest car in the game, so definitely need brakes if that use this. Definitely need to use the brakes, but let me see. Can I step under? I can't step under. Wait, I could beat this. Hold on. Maybe not. Yeah, Kevin cheese it. But yeah, this is showcase that yeah, the game is playable and everything works good. Just gonna keep working on the UI and everything, and any fixes that either myself or any of who you or Josh see any of the issues that to be fixed. But yeah, update number 10 of EdgeRun was just UI and interactive. I don't know if interactability is a word, but UI and interactability and accessibility, proper things.